Hey, we are the Goo Goo Dolls. I'm Robbie.
I'm John, and you are watching the Spotlight Report.
And I don't want the world to see me.
You guys are coming back to Australia. Like,
Yeah,
wow.
it's like, yeah, beginning of last year and the beginning of next year. So,
Yeah. No, that's really cool. You toured earlier this year with Matchbox, and
uh,
they're like that lineup is like gold standard 90s nostalgia. Like it's so perfect. Were you guys
yeah,
like really stoked with the reception that you got?
yeah, it was great. It was great. It was a great reception that we got, and we got asked to come back. So that means something. Yeah,
Yeah, Robbie, were
Y-
you stoked with it?
yeah. It's amazing when you go, "Hey, man, we'll be back soon," and you actually come back.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
doesn't
Last,
always happen.
yeah. Last time we said that it took us 20 years to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, don't get me started. I had to fly over the ocean twice to come and see you guys. I was waiting that
I,
long.
Oh,
So
I knew that was. I was pretty sure that was you.
yeah.
yeah.
How you
You
doing?
looked familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, look, flying over the Pacific Ocean twice to, like
Well,
make up for the fact that you guys hadn't been here for 20 years. So it was
Is
nice,
we
it?
but
appreciate it.
you know,
Thank you.
but like with touring and with touring with a band like Matchbox, who you guys have known for forever, really, because you guys are around from the 90s. Like, did you guys have any sort of funny, like, or crazy or wild, like, shareable stories that you can, especially like whilst you were here in Australia, because it's not your home turf, so you can kind of get up to some shenanigans if you wanted to.
I'll leave that up to Robbie.
Well, quite honestly, like little by little, everybody was fighting colds and sicknesses the entire time we were in Australia last time. But I did go out to see Dinosaur Jr. with Matt Beck from uh, Matchbox one night. That was fun. But man, it's funny. You come overseas and it's like, it's like show, day off, show, day off, go home. It's
Yeah.
like it's really fast because it's just so expensive to have your whole gang
Mhm.
there and stuff. So, we don't get a lot of time to hang, but it's always nice to see those guys.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it must be nice that when you do go somewhere else, something like that lines up where you get to see a band who you like, who you admire, getting to see them somewhere else, on tour.
Mhm.
So it's just, nice that it's a coincidence like that. So, yeah, but
Yeah.
hey, I did want to ask, like, I mean, it was a surprise for us that you came back, which was fantastic and, love that. But one of the other surprises that was kind of came out of the blue this year was Iris ending up on the Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack. Like,
Mm.
what? Like, how did that happen? Like, I mean, we all know Iris is massive, and that was from City of Angels, but like, it ends up on another iconic soundtrack. Like, what? How
Uh,
did
you
that
know,
come about?
it's completely out of my hands, you know. Um, when they said Deadpool, and Wolverine movie, I don't know I don't even know what the movie was called. Deadpool and Wolverine, I
Yeah,
don't know.
Deadpool and
But
Wolverine.
yeah, I was like, yeah, that movie's gonna be huge. Do it, you know. And then,
Yeah, like
but I had to ask in what context was it going to be used,
Yeah,
you
sure.
know?
mm,
And then I was like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, look, the other night, I have a friend who's a stand-up comedian, but he does this show dressed up as Dr. Phil, who I don't know if you know who Dr. Phil is down
Yeah.
there, but he's like a bullshit self-help guru. And he does this show dressed up as Dr. Phil. So that movie American Pie, um, they had the actor Jason Biggs. He was interviewing Jason Biggs,
Mhm.
and in the movie, Jason Biggs had sex with the pie. So Dr. Phil reunited the pie with Jason Biggs, and they had sex on stage while I was singing Iris to them.
stimulated, I
And
assume.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's just say in that situation, it's like, yeah, yeah, the pie went all the way. So it was ridiculous and surreal, and but it was really hilarious, and I just think it's good not to take yourself way too seriously. I mean, but I'm very careful about what I expose that song to.
Yeah.
Which
I think
apparently a man having sex with a life-size pie
is
is
fine.
okay. It's
Yeah, yeah,
fine,
yeah.
totally good. Who am I to judge?
My daughter's 12, and like the music I hear coming out of her bedroom because of these Marvel soundtracks, it's like unbelievable. It's like, she's listening to Rainbow and she's listening to Space Hog, like
Yeah.
all these bands. I'm like, why? Like, where'd you even find this?
Yeah.
And she named some, movie it was in, and I was like, wow, well, that's pretty amazing thing,
And I
really.
definitely think that, like, to a degree, some of these soundtracks are starting to pivot back to, like, you know, incorporating some of these really cool rock acts from, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, like that,
Yeah,
especially a director like James Gunn, who does incorporate a lot of that sort of stuff into his films. Like, you are getting some of these younger crowds getting exposed to some of this older music that they'd not necessarily heard of, if
Yeah,
their parents certainly hadn't played it. I mean,
yeah,
I was lucky. My mom brought me up on, old school Motown and a lot of the soul
yeah,
music from that era. So, for me, I had a music education, which was great, but some of these younger kids, they're only hearing it through pop culture or through TikTok and the like. So yeah, but
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
absolutely.
and I mean that's the other thing too. Like the music industry landscape's changed a lot. Not just with COVID, with streaming, with TikTok. How are you guys like managing the challenges of touring regularly as well as releasing music every few years? Because you guys are still releasing albums every few years. Like we may
yeah.
not have heard them in Australia because the radio is not necessarily playing your new stuff, but like for
No,
those of us who are
no.
fans, we're still paying attention and we're still listening to
Yeah,
your
but
new stuff.
that's the thing. I mean, it's like I make a record for myself first,
Hmm.
and then the second thing on my mind is our fans or audience or whoever, and it's like and you sort of have to forget about radio and all that kind of stuff because it's just I mean that's radio plays what the newest shiniest object is. At least pop radio does. And I mean, music has changed. I think a lot of the more hip hop and R&B culture. That's at least in the States. That's more mainstream music now than anything else. So you know, I mean, we have a place. It's like I think putting music out for our audience is what it's all about at this stage of the game. I mean, you got to think about this. It's like, we've been doing this band for it's coming up on 40 years. It's like so, you know, we're in the Goo Goo Dolls business. We're not in the music business,
Yeah.
and that's the way I want to keep it because, it helps keep things in perspective. And we have amazing, amazing fans, and our audiences have been amazing. And our 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 live business is growing still, which is like amazing. And then, and you know, I get to go to Australia 2 years in a row. Pretty pretty cool.
That is cool. That is cool. And like I have heard that you're releasing a new album next year. So
Yes, definitely.
like how would you, I guess, can you kind of give us a little bit of a teaser of a description as to how you think this might sound?
It's friggin' awesome. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but that's not really a description. They're just adjectives.
That's
It
pretty good.
doesn't. Yeah,
It's
no.
pretty
The
good.
only way, the only descriptive word I can use is fucking awesome.
That's two words.
Okay.
Fucking and
No,
awesome.
no,
Okay. My
not
praise.
if you,
Excuse me. I apologize.
not if you don't put a space between them. It's not.
That's
Okay,
right. It's one
yeah, if
word.
we squash it all together, fucking awesome is one word. So yeah, like
Fucking awesome.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And do you reckon you're gonna spin any of those new songs of this tour that we're getting, us Aussies? Do we get a preview? Do we get a sneak
Yeah.
peek?
I mean, it depends. Well, I don't think the album's going to be out by the time they come down there, but but you know.
But that doesn't stop you from playing a song live.
No, and it also doesn't stop half the audience from recording it and killing the 300 records within the
Fair.
set.
All right, fair. You know, I mean,
No,
all
so
right, you got me there, fine. But you know, I'm just sort of saying, like, us Aussies have been deprived. We haven't really had you around for 20 years, so you
well,
know, it'd
that
be nice to
yeah, I
get one up on
apologize
the
for that.
Americans once in a while.
Well, the good
All
thing
right.
about this time compared to last time is that we're actually going to get to play like a whole set this time.
Yes.
You know, last
Yeah.
time it felt like as soon as we were getting rolling, we had to stop. You know, so
Yeah.
it'll be
And
nice. It'll
Yeah.
be nice to play some more songs.
And I guess, like, from that point of view, like, for you guys, does it, is there challenges really differing your set when you're playing in a support slot versus like as a headliner?
You know what, in the support slot like that, you know, you just you go out there, you play every song that you know everybody's gonna know.
Mhm.
And basically you try to steal some of the headliner's audience. You know, I mean, that's the goal. Get
Yeah.
out there and just punch everyone in the face with every song that you think they'll know. Play your ass off and get off that stage, and hopefully you come away with an invitation to come back, which is what we got. So mission
Yeah.
accomplished.
Yeah.
You
After
know,
all these years, it's tough to do a 40-minute set for us, you know. Like we can barely fit everything we know we gotta play into a
Yeah.
40-minute set, you
Yeah.
know. So, you know, it's great, you know, we'll be doing 90 minutes this time and you know, it'll be great.
Yeah, nice. And so, like, on that note, besides playing your must play hits, like, because obviously people are itching to hear those hits. Are there
Mhm.
songs that you guys like chucking into the set because, like, you want to play them because you just enjoy playing them? Like, have you guys got individual songs that you like just enjoy playing for the sake of playing?
Yeah, you know, and that's a good thing. You know, when you're headlining, you can dig a little deeper into your catalog
Yeah.
and play you know some stuff that's a bit more obscure, maybe. You know,
Yeah, so like
um,
pick one each. Like, Robbie, have you got one that you like playing? Because it's
Well,
one.
like, well, you know, like I only did one song during that 40-minute set. Like, I'll probably do four songs, you know, during the 90-minute set. You know, so I get to stretch my wings a little more, which is fun for me. You know,
yeah,
Yeah.
I would say for me a song like "Not Broken" maybe would be good,
yeah, it's a
or
great one.
and there's a song on Chaos in Bloom called "Superstar," which I think is a really cool song. You know, so you know we're gonna try to get together and you know do some of those. Like the problem is we have to rehearse, and everybody lives about 3,000 miles away from each other.
Yeah.
So you know we have to get it together. We're gonna get into rehearsals there before we come and you know pick some songs. But if you know I don't know, is there any suggestions from you?
Oh, like, I mean, for me personally, going crazy off Chaos in Bloom is
Oh,
like one of
okay.
my faves. Like,
All right, I'll
and
do that.
yeah,
That's
like,
it. That's it. That's done.
yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you. Because yeah, like that song, I don't know, there's something about it, like, it really resonates with me, like, from an energy
Oh,
perspective. So, like,
yeah.
you know, I was glad that I at least got to hear that once whilst you guys were playing with Matchbox. Like, that was really cool. I kind of lost my brain a bit because I just was like, holy crap, I wasn't expecting it. So,
Yeah, yeah,
so yeah,
you know,
no, that was
all
cool.
right. For
Yeah.
you, I'll do
For you.
it. For you, I'll do it. Nobody else.
Thank you, thank you. I do want to end on a happy note, and I do want to end on a fun note. So, like, you're coming back to Australia. If what Aussie animals would you say are like your favorite Aussie animals? And if you say koala, I'm disqualifying you
Okay.
both because that's such a generic answer.
How about a kookaburra?
Now that's a good choice. That's a
I'm
good
not
choice.
a,
Okay.
Robbie, what are
uh,
you gonna pick?
uh,
Perhaps a
I,
how about a wombat?
I met a platypus last time I was there.
Again,
Yeah,
see?
yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Platypus is definitely one of my favorites. And
yeah. I met
wombat's a
a
There you
good
go.
platypus.
choice. Did you know, John, that they poop out cube-shaped poo?
Yeah. Well, you know, you know, okay, I'm not gonna say what I was
No,
gonna
no,
say.
stop.
But
stop.
we're just gonna. I'm just gonna go. Oh, really? That is incredibly interesting. I had no
Yeah.
idea. It must be very easy to clean up with like tongs.
I'm sure the zookeepers love it. I'm sure the zookeepers love it. Amazing. Thank you
All
guys
right.
so much.
All right,
And
thank you.
I am
All right.
looking forward to seeing
See
you
you
guys on
soon.
the tour.
And